Hello everybody, Daily Query here, and today I bring you a bit of a different video. I've always been obsessed with warrior cats ever since I was a little kid, and it's no surprise that when this fun little game came out called ClanGen, that I would be obsessed. And as much as I love to watch videos on it, there was always something missing. It was always too slow, too boring for my ADHD, until I found GalaxyClan. Nyoko Arts has put together an incredible series where she records her clan 1 year at a time. And I thought, oh, that's perfect! So I wanted to try it for myself and see what happened. I'd highly recommend watching her videos as well. Very good. The clans I'll be using are based off of my own OC clans. Well, colonies, as they're called, because they're pretty different than the clans. But, we'll simplify things for here. The clan we'll be focusing on here will be MarshClan, with the two neighboring clans being Dune Clan and Tangle Clan. This takes place after a devastating drought hit the area and took out many clanmates from each clan, with the marshes being hit the worst because of their reliance on water and fish. So, let's begin with the one-star clan cat we give. Upelt has always been fascinated with herbs and how they work, so it was no surprise he took to being a medicine cat like a duck to water. As a kit and apprentice, he was prone to violent outbursts when he got frustrated or upset, but with help from his mentor and hard work, he learned coping mechanisms to help manage his emotions before they flared out of control. When a horrible drought hit, the worst the clan had ever seen, Upelt worked tirelessly to help his clanmates. In the end, there wasn't much he could do, and he was one of the many who didn't make it, leaving the clan without any medicine cat. The current leader of MarshClan, Turtlestar, is a very playful and caring leader who always looks for the best in every situation, even after such horrible events. She never truly grew up and is still a kid at heart, often playing around with the younger clanmates to keep them distracted. She readily accepts strangers into the clan, despite complaints from some clanmates. Because of her lax attitude, her clanmates are unsure of her leadership abilities and often question her decisions or complain behind her back. Over time, this has begun to weigh on her, and she's begun to question her own abilities and choices, especially as the year came to its end. She continues to push on, despite everything trying to pull her down. Her deputy, Yarrow is often hard at work with his duties and making sure things run smoothly. While his clanmates may complain about Turtlestar's leadership, he stands behind her and backs up her decisions, even if he may not fully agree with them. This has led to a lack of trust between him and his clanmates, since he'll often brush aside any concerns and assure others that Turtlestar's doing her best. The senior medicine cat, Ash, was once actually a warrior with no aspiration to learn herbs, unlike his brother Upelt, who had dreamed of being a medicine cat since they were kids. He often visited the medicine den as they grew up, and their bond remained strong as ever. Tragically, during the drought, Upelt died and left the clan without any healer. Ash, despite his misgivings, took it upon himself and stepped into the role, since he had at least some knowledge from his brother. Even after all these years, he still doubts his abilities, and often questions the life decisions that led him to this point, struggling with regrets and dreams that never to be fulfilled. His apprentice, Sagetuft, started out much like her mentor. Formerly apprenticed to Yarrow alongside her brother Songpaw, an incident occurred on their first day out of camp that sent Songpaw to the medicine den in critical condition. She stayed by her brother's side, and with a fiery determination helped him to recover. Her quick learning of herbs surprised Ash, and when Songpaw had recovered, she asked if she could stay and become a medicine cat apprentice. Ash, seeing his own past so similar to hers, was hesitant but agreed. And over time, her stubbornness and care has helped him to move on and look towards the future, glad the clan will be in safe paws once he's gone. The first of many warriors, and the eldest, Basilfur, is a cocky and sharp-tongued warrior who isn't afraid to speak out against what she disagrees with, often leading to arguments with Turtlestar or Yarrow. She's certain she would make a far better leader than either of them, and some of her clanmates would agree. She was especially upset when Turtlestar gave herself an apprentice instead of a younger warrior who could have used the experience, and worries for the fate of the clan under Yarrow's leadership. Her mate Rushheart helps to smooth over her fur and rein her in when her temper flares, and for that both Basilfur and her clan are grateful. Formerly from TangleClan, Rushheart and Basilfur have been meeting in secret for moons, until finally, Rushheart decided to join MarshClan to be together. With her smooth talk and Basilfur's insistence, it wasn't hard to convince Turtlestar to allow her to join, and over time the rest of the clan has warmed up to her as well. She's the first to step in and break up a fight, or lend an ear when a clanmate needs to vent, giving her a kind-hearted and supportive reputation. Minnow Clover is a very patient and kind warrior, who looks for the good in every cat. She often helps out Loash and Sedgetuft in the medicine den if there's nothing else to do, or plays with kits to give their parents a much-needed break. She appreciates the way Turtlestar leads the clan, but understands why other clanmates are concerned, and is often the one to bring these concerns up to Yarrowmoon or Turtlestar. She often hums to herself while she works, something her best friend Dewtree finds endearing. Dewtree is a very playful but clumsy warrior, who is more often than not hanging out with Minnow Clover. Much like the Molly, he enjoys working on the camp's upkeep, but keeps away from the kits, as he worries far too much about accidentally stepping on one or playing too rough. He has a reputation for being a great hunter in the clan, but terrible to bring on patrols, as without something to focus on, he often spaces out. While out on one of these patrols, he confided in Yarrowmoon about a vision from StarClan he'd received the night before, of an empty turtle shell swept away by the river. Yarrowmoon reassured him that everything would be alright, but he's unsure if the deputy ever told anyone else, and wonders if he should tell Loash himself. Songwater, brother to Sedgetuft, had a rough start to his apprenticeship. On his first day out of camp, he disregarded his mentor Fleetseed's warnings and was bitten by a snake. After his recovery, aided by his sister, Songpa took this event to heart and was sure to be far more attentive and listen to his mentor, while still retaining much of his childish spirit. He has taken on the more busy attitude of Fleetseed. As a kid, he looked up to Turtlestar, and now that he's older and begun to see the flaws in her leadership, he's uncertain of what to believe and hesitant to speak out against her. The youngest warrior, Gibby Eye, was formerly a loner from Two-Leg Place known as Gibby. Abandoned by his mother, Gibby was left to fend for himself while he was just a kid. When he was found by a patrol at the edge of the territory, seeing such a pitiful scrap of fur, they allowed him to join as an apprentice. Taking this as a second chance, Gibby Paw works tirelessly for his new home, and often jumps into danger headfirst in order to protect others. His mentor Yarrowmoon instilled in him a strong sense of loyalty, and he can't wait to see his former mentor as leader. On to the apprentices. Poppy Paw and her sister Stump Paw are like two sides of the same coin and practically tied at the tails. At the age of only 5 moons, Pop and Stump were brought to the clan by their wounded mother, who sought a better life for her 2 kids. Turtlestar was quick to accept them in, and when their mother died from her injuries, the 2 kids were adopted by the leader. While Pop Paw is outgoing, quick to speak out against those who talk ill of her adoptive mother, Stump Paw hardly ever speaks and prefers to keep to herself, and is very glad to have Minnow Clover as a mentor who is patient and calm with her training. While their personalities differ, the pair of sisters have always and will always stick together. On to the elders. The oldest cat in the clan, Big River, is a sharp-tongued Tom with hardly any patience for some of the other cats. He often argues with Turtlestar and is quick to point out flaws in her leadership, looking back on past leaders who he believes Turtlestar to be disrespecting with her continued choices. He believes that the drought that killed so many was a sign from StarClan, and dreads what the future holds. Fleetseed is somewhat of a workaholic, and even though she had been on the cusp of retirement, she took on Songpaw as her apprentice, wanting to do one last big deed for the clan. While she doesn't agree with all of Turtlestar's decisions, she believes her leader to be capable, and is sure Yarrowmoon will lead the clan fine in her stead. Despite having retired, Fleetseed tends to keep herself busy instead of laying around, often repairing dens or helping the medicine cats with their duties. And that's it for MarshClan. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you want to see DuneClan or TangleClan as well, maybe I can see about doing videos on them. I gotta say, this was definitely a fun experience to try out. Giving the clan a whole year to develop and find out stories on them was a great way to try it, and I can't wait to do more videos on them. If you want more information on the original way that these clans worked as well, with the colony of the marshes, the colony of the dunes, and the colony of the trees, maybe I'll do a video on those if you want. They have way more roles than just warrior, and I base them on the diverse array of landscapes that Egypt provides, in an alternate world where blacksmithing cats exist. Because why not? It's fantasy. Have some fun with cats. Anyways, that's it for now. I'll see you next time.